Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for episode 4 of The Promised Neverland, or Yakusoku no Neverland. This one was good. Hopefully, probably the review will be pretty short because there's not exactly a ton to talk about. The basics of it are that we ran right through the concept of a spy, of a traitor. Basically, we ran through the possibility, Norman set up traps, and Ray walked right into one. I actually think that was brilliantly done. It was done super well here. So yeah, I'll start from the beginning, discussing the episode. As always, I'll throw in that this sounds so conceited to be like one of those people, to be like, oh, I've read the manga. But yeah, I have read it, so I want to warn you before I get into the review, but I'm definitely not going to be saying any spoilers from it. So, yeah, there's that. So either way, besides, it's been a while since I've read the first parts of the series anyway. But either way, let's talk about it part by part. So starting from the beginning, Norman starts hiding some extra sets of ropes. Then Isabella calls Crone insurance in a discussion in her room, which is actually really cool. I like the two characters and the way they kind of play off of each other between Crone and Isabella. And she basically offers her, hey, just be a mindless servant and I'll give you a recommendation and make sure you're a mom after this. But it pisses Crone off, and I love Crone so much. She is one of my favorite characters. I don't know, everything about the way she is like, I said it a lot in the manga when I was reading it, that she reminds me a bit of Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter in a way, but she has this big ambition, and she also now, because of the way she's treated, wants to take down Isabella in order to achieve those ambitions as well. And just the way she goes about things, and the way she's like, so always on, always 100%, always all the time for her goals, is really cool as an antagonistic character. So I really love Crone, and she's not even really like a straight up antagonistic character as much as Isabella. But either way, I think that she plays a really cool role in the story. So then Norman, Ray, Emma, the main three, decide to teach the kids to work in teams because it'll be better for their escape that way, and decide that they need to tell Don and Gilda as well. I think the scene where they're all going and playing tag in groups, I actually really liked it. I thought it was really great. We get to see Phil. We get to see Phil be prominent. And then Ray throws some shade at him, and the possibility that he could be a traitor. So Norman decides to push up their escape to 10 days from now, because of course that's going to be much less predictable than taking the full 2 months and trying to escape last minute. I love the long shot that we get of them walking up the stairs to the room. It was kind of ominous for them to just be walking to a room, but I liked it. Gilda, we see, has noticed something was up already, so she already figured that out, but they lie to Don. They tell them that they don't tell them that Connie's dead, but there's a chance that she could still be alive, and they say that it's human trafficking rather than monsters. So they lie to Gilda and Don, but mostly to Don being important here to me, because he cared about Connie so much, and his motivations to escape and try to save her would be different if he knew she was dead. And then his motivations might be leading somewhere else we don't know. Then Ray kind of scolds Norman, says that he thinks they should have told them the truth, and Norman reveals that he's set a trap. He's going to tell Gilda where one set of ropes is, going to tell Don where another set is, and whichever one's missing, that must mean that person ratted them out. So it's a very simple trap, very straightforward. Feels like not a very good trap, because if either Gilda or Don did fall for it, it would kind of be blatantly obvious to Norman that they did so, because the ropes would then be gone. So yeah, it's kind of not a very great trap when it comes to actually capturing either of them, but we'll get to that at the end. So Emma then notices Gilda sneaking out. Isabella gets a note, and there's a little bit of clever editing there that makes you think maybe it's Gilda, but Gilda is actually entering Crone's room. And Gilda is not the spy. Well, Yeah, I guess it's pretty much been revealed that she's not the spy. So she was basically being recruited almost by Crone to try to help her, but she lies and covers for everybody, though Crone is also playing her and throwing stuff at her, engaging her reactions from what we can see. So that, again, the whole conversation was really cool and possibly the best scene of the episode. I'm not sure. One last thing before she leaves, Crone whispers to her, "Come back if you think Emma's lied to you." Now that could be very, very important, given that, yeah, Emma did lie to her. Then we have a discussion between Ray and Norman about there having to be merit in being a traitor. Nobody would betray somebody unless they were getting somebody out or getting something out of it. And Norman proposes it to Emma. "So if we did find a traitor or a spy, what would you do with them? Will we leave them behind or will we take them with us?" But Emma, of course, would save them as well, because she's grown up with these people, and her way of looking at it is that even if they betrayed us, they were only doing it to save themselves. None of them are actually evil. They're just trying to survive. So again, really, really cool. And then the end. Amazing. Ray gets caught in Norman's trap. And a lot of people didn't realize what happened here, how it was obvious that Ray was or how it became obvious to Norman that it was Ray. But we legitimately see what happened this episode. We see Norman tell Ray, "Hey, these are where the 2 sets of ropes are. I'm going to tell Don and Gilda." We never see Norman tell Don or Gilda anything. So, judging by that, the one who would know where the ropes were would be Ray. So it was amazing. It was brilliant. It's so smart that you don't catch it quite at first, and then it takes a second of thinking, and you're like, "Oh, we didn't see him tell Don or Gilda anything." So good. I loved that. So yeah, I thought it was really, really well done. I think compared to the last episode or two, it left out a lot less from the manga. I would still say, again, don't want to be one of those kinds of people, but I would still recommend the manga because there's a lot more when it comes to the characters' thoughts and them thinking through the different things they need to do that isn't really present in the anime, that I think is a really, really cool extra thing and kind of an improvement over what the anime's doing. So I would still recommend it, even though I am more an anime watcher than manga reader myself. I would still recommend it because I feel like there is a lot of good extra stuff there for after you watch the show. So yeah, you can always just watch the show first and then go to it later and get extra content. That's always a good thing. But yeah, the only one thing that I would say is maybe a negative for this is some of the direction I thought was really, really good. And I'm like, oh, this is some Oscar bait type direction. It's really different from your normal anime and really, really good. And then there's some direction that I'm not going to say it's bad, only that it's weird. It's like a departure from some of it. Like some of it's really eerie or really kind of, it gives you this kind of floaty feeling, and they have music that matches up with that. And then there are some scenes where the music and the scene don't really seem like they're in total sync, and it just seems a little off kilter. And I don't know if that's what they're going for to make you feel that sort of way. But yeah, some of the direction, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just a little bit weird. So yeah, that was my thoughts on the episode. I enjoyed it, especially the ending, because the ending made me think, I was like, wait, Ray, oh, because he didn't tell, like, it's so creative. And to do it all in one episode, again, I think that the pacing's a little bit fast. I would like it if we went for a 24 episode, a 2-core series, and slowed the pacing down. I think we might be going a little fast. But either way, to do all that in one episode and have it all come around like that, I thought was really good. So I'd actually give it 8 traders out of 10. So yeah, 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I hope you all did as well. If you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's episode, what you thought of my thoughts on it and all that. Subscribe for more The Promised Neverland, both anime and manga. I am on chapter 80 of the manga. I'm reading through it every other week on the channel. So yeah, if you're interested in either, join here. I try to, of course, keep keep spoilers out of my thumbnails and titles so that I don't spoil any anime-only watchers for things like that. So I do my best there. Then, yeah, what else? Like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you up to there and stuff at the channel or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us there about anything, then just ask and I'll give you a link. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.